Hello, everyone. This is Shawn Stewart of 586 Sports with a new video. Thank you guys for taking this time to watch this video. If you are new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for upcoming videos. And this video is being brought to you by my good friends at Splash Sports. Now, with Splash Sports, it's the gaming platform that is built for friends and groups to safely compete in contests for real money. So with Splash Sports, there is no sports book, there is no fee. The money you win is 100%. So you don't have to worry about being kicked out if you on a winning streak. Now, what you can do is sign up at Splash Sports by clicking the link below in the description box. And if you enter your first $10 plus contest after signing up on Splash Sports, you will get $10 free. It could be any contest you want. Please make sure to check the state that you live in that you are able to play Splash Sports. Also, if you live in Canada, you are also welcome to play Splash Sports except for Quebec. And one more thing, from now until December 20th, I am hosting a college football playoff survivor pool on Splash Sports. It is only $20 to enter, and you can have up to 3 entries to play. The link for that contest will be in the description box below. So let's get on to it. So, if you, in case you did not hear, this Friday morning, Matt Eberflus met with the media and said that, quote, I like what we did there on Thursday game against the Lions. So it was like a press conference. So he continued on and said, again, once it's under 7, actually under 12, really you don't have an option because it's third into fourth and you got to throw it into the end zone. He continued on and says, our hope was because it was third going into fourth down that we would retract the play at 18 seconds, throw it inbounds, get into field goal range, and call it timeout. Continue on, he said that's where it was. That was our decision making process on that. Continuing on, he said we were outside the field goal range. We needed to get a few more yards in there as close as we could get, and then we were going to call timeout. That's why we held that last timeout at the end of the game. And then he was asked why he didn't call a timeout once the game clock ran under 10 seconds. Quote, we liked that play that we had. We were hoping that Caleb was going to call it, get the ball snapped, and then we would have called timeout right there. Once it's under 7 there, then you call timeout there. You're basically throwing the ball to the end zone because once it's under 12, you can't throw it inside with no timeout. So the Bears made the decision to fire Matt Eberflus as the head coach of the Bears. So he finishes with his 3 seasons with the Bears with a 14-32 record. The Bears have missed the playoffs 12 of the past 14 seasons. They haven't won a playoff game since Jay Cutler was the quarterback back in 2010. So right now, the interim head coach of the Bears is Tim Brown, who was originally a passing game. Then he went to being offensive coordinator. So it's the first time that the Bears in franchise history have fired a head coach during the season. So you and I, as we're as we are having a conversation, it's just us. It's us. That yesterday's loss against the Lions was very inexcusable, especially as a head coach. Had one timeout with 32 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter and should know better than this. And the Bears had some losses that were not good by coaching decisions, including that Lions loss and a Hail Mary to the Washington Commanders. I remember that game because I did watch that game. That game was on CBS. Now, Caleb struggled for most of his rookie season before offensive coordinator Shane Waldron was fired, and the Bears were quickly out of playoff contention. So this season they were 4-2 at the bye. They played some weak opponents, and then after they had that bye, that's when it got worse. And then that's when Caleb started to regress. They lost to the Commanders on a Hail Mary after they gave just enough yards to get Washington in range for that long throw. That was the decision that Eva said, quote, doesn't really matter. Then a couple weeks later, Bears were in position to beat the Packers and settle for a 46-yard field goal attempt that was blocked. The rest is history, and the Packers said they knew kicker Caleb Santos had a low trajectory on his kicks that gave him a shot at blocking that last attempt. Then he was on that conference saying that the decision to not try to get closer than an overtime loss to the Vikings made it seem like the Bears were getting a little better, but the embarrassing loss to the Lions just broke the camel's back. So if you did not watch the game yesterday, so what happened was the Bears fought back from a 16-0 deficit at halftime and then trailed 23-20 in the final minute. The sack with about 30 seconds set the Bears back, and then chaos ensued. Then Caleb was confused, and he had that rookie look, like, what the heck I want to do? And he was trying to get the team lined up. The snap didn't come until 6 seconds were left. Williams threw deep and incomplete, and then after the clock would expire, the Bears had a timeout left but didn't use it. So I don't know how many NFL teams do you know blow the end of a game as badly as they did, unless you're the Chicago Bears, the 2024 Chicago Bears. Now, I don't know if many people says this, but I'm going to say it right here. The biggest problem with the Chicago Bears has always been not adapting to the current NFL model as we know it. And what I mean by that is hiring somebody that is offensive minded. If the Bears keep on with this 1985 Mike Ditka Chicago Bears mindset, this franchise may never ever see another Super Bowl ring if they keep on hiring defensive minded head coaches. Those days are over. And right now, we're in an era where teams score points. And I know this is going to be a hard pillow for the owners, but it starts with the ownership. And this franchise had never had a 4,000-yard passer. Now, I want you to think about that part. Now, that is very scary. And let me see who they play next. In my notes. The next one they play, because actually that's the last game in November. So the next game they play is the San Francisco 49ers on the 8th. They're going to San Francisco on the 8th, and then they got to go to Minnesota on the 16th, and then they got to play the Lions again on the 22nd. Then they got to play the Seahawks on the 26th, and then last game, they got to play Green Bay on the 5th. That's week 18. That's a 1 o'clock game. So that's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. So I just want to give you an update on the Chicago Bears firing, by the way. And by the way, you can follow me on Instagram, X, also known as Twitter, TikTok, and Threads at 586sports. And you could follow 586 Sports, the same platform at 586 Sports, by the way. So there you have it. So I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving and you guys have a nice, wonderful weekend. And I will be back doing safe or trap survival pool picks for the NFL next Thursday. So take care.